Timeless perspectives. How cultures and philosophies understand time. Time is a concept that has fascinated humanity for millennia, from the cyclical understanding of ancient cultures to the linear perception prevalent in modern societies. The way we perceive and measure time reflects our deepest philosophical beliefs and cultural values. This video will take you on a journey through different eras and perspectives, exploring how various cultures and philosophies have understood time and how these views have shaped human thought and behavior. Let's embark on this fascinating journey through time. Ancient cultures. Egyptian time. Ancient Egypt, with its rich and intricate culture, viewed time as a cyclical and eternal phenomenon. The Egyptians divided their year into 3 seasons, based on the Nile's flooding, Achet inundation, Peret growth, and Shemu harvest. This natural cycle was deeply intertwined with their agricultural practices and religious beliefs. Time was not just a measure of days and years, but a fundamental aspect of their cosmology. The concept of Ma'at, which represented truth, balance, and order, was central to their understanding of time. The pharaohs were seen as upholders of Ma'at, ensuring the continuity of the cosmic order. The eternal nature of time was also reflected in their architecture, with massive monuments like the pyramids symbolizing the timelessness of their civilization. The Egyptian calendar, one of the earliest known, was a lunar-solar hybrid, indicating their advanced understanding of astronomy. The heliacal rising of Sirius marked the beginning of the new year, aligning with the inundation of the Nile. This alignment of celestial and terrestrial events reinforced their perception of a harmonious and cyclical universe. The afterlife was another crucial aspect of Egyptian time perception. They believed in an eternal journey beyond death, where the soul would be judged by Osiris and, if deemed worthy, would live forever in the field of reeds. This belief in an eternal afterlife influenced their burial practices, ensuring the deceased were well prepared for their journey through time. But what's even more intriguing is how these beliefs permeated every aspect of Egyptian life. For example, their art often depicted the journey of the sun god Ra across the sky, symbolizing the daily cycle of life, death, and rebirth. This cyclical perception of time was a source of comfort and stability in their lives, reinforcing the idea that life was a continuous, unending journey. The Maya civilization developed one of the most sophisticated calendar systems in the ancient world. Their understanding of time was both cyclical and linear, reflected in their 2 main calendars, the Tzolk'in and the Hab. The Tzolk'in, a 260-day ritual calendar, was used for religious and ceremonial events. Each day had a unique combination of a number and a day name, creating a cycle that repeated every 260 days. This calendar was deeply connected to their cosmology and was used to determine auspicious days for various activities, from agriculture to warfare. The Hab, a 365-day solar calendar, was more aligned with the agricultural year. It consisted of 18 months of 20 days each, followed by a short month of 5 days called Wayeb. These 5 days were considered unlucky, a period of transition and introspection. The long count calendar, unique to the Maya, was used to track longer periods of time. It began on August 11th, 31 on 14 BCE, and was used to record historical events and prophesy future occurrences. This calendar reflects the Mayas' sophisticated understanding of astronomical cycles and their integration into daily life. Mayan cosmology viewed time as a series of cycles, each era eventually giving way to the next. This cyclical nature was not just a measure of days, but a fundamental aspect of their worldview. The completion of one cycle and the beginning of another were seen as moments of rebirth and renewal, reflecting their belief in the perpetual rhythm of life and death. The Maya also believed in the concept of world ages, where each age had its own characteristics and deities. They predicted the end of one age and the beginning of another with significant ceremonies and rituals demonstrating their deep connection to the cycles of time. This belief in cyclical ages shaped their history, culture, and even their architecture, with structures like the Pyramid of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza, designed to align with astronomical events symbolizing the interplay of time, space, and human existence. Philosophical perspectives. Greek philosophers offered some of the earliest systematic reflections on time. Plato, in his work Timaeus, presents time as a moving image of eternity. He posits that the cosmos is a living being with a soul, and time is the moving image of the eternal, created along with the heavens. For Plato, time is an imperfect reflection of the perfect. Eternal forms. This duality between the eternal and the temporal became a cornerstone of Western philosophical thought. Plato's allegory of the cave can also be seen as a reflection on time. The prisoners in the cave, bound to perceive only shadows, live in a static, unchanging reality. However, when one prisoner escapes and sees the real world, he experiences a dynamic and changing reality, illustrating the movement from ignorance to knowledge. A temporal journey. Aristotle, on the other hand, approached time from a more empirical perspective. In his work Physics, he defines time as the measure of change with respect to before and after. Aristotle's time is continuous, infinite, and intrinsically linked to motion and change. He argues that without change, time would not exist, and thus time is a measure of the sequence of events. This view grounded the concept of time in the physical world, contrasting with Plato's more abstract approach. Aristotle also introduces the concept of the now, a critical point that divides the past from the future. This concept of now became foundational in later philosophical discussions about the nature of time, influencing thinkers like Augustine and Aquinas. In Eastern philosophies, time is often perceived as cyclical and interconnected with the cosmic order. Hinduism presents a grand, cyclical view of time called yugas, which are vast epochs that repeat in a cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction. Each yuga represents a different phase in the moral and spiritual evolution of the world, culminating in the eventual dissolution and rebirth of the cosmos. This cyclical view reflects the Hindu belief in samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Hinduism's concept of time extends to the individual level as well. The idea of karma, where one's actions influence future lifetimes, emphasizes personal responsibility and the continuity of the soul's journey through time. The Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita, two of Hinduism's epic texts, discuss the nature of time and the importance of living a righteous life in alignment with cosmic cycles. Buddhism shares a similar cyclical view, but focuses more on the individual's journey through time. The concept of karma plays a crucial role, where one's actions in the present life influence future rebirths. Time is seen as an endless cycle of suffering and rebirth, which can only be escaped through enlightenment. This view emphasizes the transient nature of life and the importance of mindfulness and ethical conduct. Zen Buddhism, in particular, emphasizes living in the present moment, a concept known as Ichigo Ichie, which means one time, one meeting. This philosophy teaches that each moment is unique and unrepeatable, encouraging a deep appreciation of the present and a mindful approach to life. This focus on the present moment contrasts sharply with the Western linear view of time and highlights the diverse ways in which human beings understand and experience time. Modern perspectives. Einstein's relativity. The advent of Einstein's theory of relativity revolutionized our understanding of time. According to Einstein, time is not an absolute, unchanging entity but is relative, depending on the observer's speed and gravitational field. This concept, encapsulated in the famous equation EMC2, suggests that time can dilate, meaning that time passes at different rates for different observers. Einstein's thought experiments such as the twin paradox. One twin travels at near light speed into space, while the other remains on Earth. Upon returning, the traveling twin ages more slowly than the twin who stayed behind. This paradox highlights the counterintuitive nature of time in the relativistic framework and challenges our everyday perceptions of time as uniform and constant. This revelation challenged the traditional Newtonian view of time as a uniform, absolute measure. It opened up new possibilities for understanding the universe, including the nature of black holes and the potential for time travel. The philosophical implications are profound, as they suggest that time is not a fixed backdrop, but a dynamic and integral part of the fabric of reality. Relativity also influenced modern physics and cosmology, leading to the development of theories like the Big Bang, which describes the origin of the universe. Understanding time as a relative has expanded our knowledge of the cosmos and continues to inspire scientific and philosophical inquiry. Time and technology. In the modern digital age, technology has significantly altered our perception of time. The rapid pace of technological advancements and the instantaneous nature of digital communication have created a sense of time compression. Information can be transmitted and received almost instantly, shrinking the perceived distances between people and events. Social media and digital platforms have introduced the concept of real-time interaction, where events are broadcasted live and responses are immediate. This constant connectivity has led to a blurring of boundaries between past, present, and future, creating a continuous stream of information that can be both overwhelming and disorienting. The phenomenon of time poverty, where individuals feel they have less time due to the demands of modern life, has become prevalent. Studies have shown that despite technological advancements designed to save time, people often feel busier and more pressed for time than ever before. This paradox highlights the complexities of how technology influences our perception and experience of time. Additionally, the concept of temporal dislocation has emerged, where individuals can experience multiple time zones and cultural moments simultaneously. For example, someone can attend a virtual meeting with colleagues from different parts of the world, follow real-time updates on social media from events happening across continents, and watch a pre-recorded video all within the same hour. This ability to be present in multiple temporal and spatial contexts simultaneously can lead to a fragmented sense of time. Also given rise to chronos and kairos time. Chronos refers to chronological or sequential time, the kind we measure with clocks and calendars. Kairos, on the other hand, refers to the opportune moment or the right time for action, often experienced in moments of deep engagement or creativity. Understanding and balancing these two types of time is crucial in navigating the digital age's demands and opportunities. Comparative analysis. When comparing these diverse perspectives, it becomes evident that time is a multifaceted concept. And closely tied to natural and cosmic events. Philosophical traditions offer varied interpretations, from the eternal and unchanging forms of Plato to Aristotle's empirical measure of change. Modern science and technology have further complicated our understanding, presenting time as a relative and dynamic entity. These varied understandings of time influence how we live, plan, and reflect on our existence. For instance, the cyclical view of time in ancient cultures provided a sense of stability and continuity, reassuring people that life's rhythms were part of a larger, eternal order. In contrast, the linear perception of time that dominates modern Western thought often drives a focus on progress and future-oriented planning, emphasizing efficiency and achievement. Philosophically, the tension between eternal, immutable time and dynamic, experiential time invites profound questions about the nature of existence and reality. Do we live in a universe governed by unchanging truths, or is everything in a state of constant flux? The answers to these questions shape our worldviews, ethics, and approaches to life. Technologically, our contemporary understanding of time has been revolutionized. The concept of time zones, once a novel idea introduced to manage railroad schedules, now facilitates global communication and coordination. Yet this same technological advancement brings challenges, such as the feeling of being perpetually on and the blurring of work-life boundaries. By examining these perspectives side by side, we see how deeply intertwined our understanding of time is with our cultural identities and philosophical beliefs. It's a reminder that time, while seemingly objective and measurable, is experienced in profoundly personal and diverse ways. Conclusion time, in its many forms and interpretations, remains a central aspect of human existence. From ancient cycles to modern relativity, our understanding of time reflects our deepest beliefs about the nature of reality. By exploring these diverse perspectives, we gain insight into how different cultures and ultimately our place in the universe. As you reflect on these timeless perspectives, consider how your own understanding of time influences your life. Are you more aligned with the cyclical rhythms of nature, or do you view time as a linear path to progress? How do modern technologies affect your sense of time and presence? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments, and join us on this journey of discovery as we continue to explore the fascinating concept of time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the mysteries of existence.